Education, a foundation of the development of society. But COVID-19 has affected this sector, and millions of children are not attending school around the world. There is fear that this will have a negative impact on the future of many young people. The World Health Organization says governments must find ways to reopen school, but proper planning and strict conditions must be in place before returning to classes.
This is a major concern over the opening and closing of schools globally. As we've mentioned before in these press conferences, what is important when we consider schools is we consider the context in which schools are operating. Schools do not operate in isolation. They operate in communities, and they work in communities. And if there is the virus circulating in those communities, if there's widespread transmission in those communities or intense transmission, it's possible that the virus can enter the school system.
Many countries were forced to close schools after reopening during the lockdown. South Africa is one such country.
What we've done as an organization is we've outlined considerations for decision makers about the partial opening or reopening of schools. Remember that schools operate differently globally. They have different types of building structures. They have different types of age groups that they include by various ages. And so what we've done is we've outlined a number of considerations for the schools. First of all, taking into consideration the circulation of the virus in the area where the school operates, where the children live that go to that school, and where the adults that work in that school live. And then look at what are the types of control measures and prevention measures that can be put in the schools, such as physical distancing, such as washing of hands and making sure that there's hand washing stations or alcohol-based rub, making sure that there's good ventilation, making sure that masks could be worn if appropriate.
The Department of Education in South Africa has revised a school calendar, while countries such as Kenya have suspended the 2020 academic year. Sophie Mokoena, SABC News, Johannesburg.